Well, folks, Kumstar and Mabuhay. Listen, I've been putting this off for a while. I've been putting this video off deliberately because, I've been very unwell recently. And I've just decided, I don't want this to go how it's been for so long, tit for tat, the Hogg saying something, me saying something, and just, this continual back and forth, back and forth. My plan was never to have that happen, but that's how it morphed over a long period of time. My plan was always to show everybody that Brian Smith is nothing but a piece of shit. He failed in his own country miserably, so badly that he ended up a criminal in his country, and to run from his responsibilities, he took off to the Philippines, knowing that because the debts and liabilities he left in America, they're not going to take the necessary action to chase him overseas. Now, you've got to be a debtor in America of a certain amount of money. Well, he fell just shy of that, which means that the American authorities don't see it in their favour to go chasing him. And he's gone to the Philippines with the same bludging, grifting, I rely on everybody else for a living attitude, and he's doing the same thing in the Philippines, knowing that somehow he can get away with it, because we obviously know he has. I've been to the authorities in the Philippines. You all know this. I've made several videos about it. I've faced the authorities there. I've made the official complaints in person at the right authorities, and he's still walking around free. Even though department heads of the municipalities of the government where he lives in have said to me, yes, Mr. Mead, you're completely correct. He is flouting the regulations. He's beyond the restrictions. He's in violation of this, that, and the other, and they've done nothing. Now, why is that, ladies and gentlemen? And remember, he made his own video a long time ago to state, well, he can get away with it because the officials of the Philippines are lazy bastards, too fat to get off their asses. He's proud of it. He's proud of the fact that he himself is a grifter and a loser and can get away with it in a third world country. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at this. Let's just have a look at this, and I'm just going to turn the sound down on this for a second. But this is a video that he put up. Startup costs and update for Carnos. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something about this video that really cracked me up. Now, he made this video over two particular terms. If you watch this video, he says that he made it over 2 or 3 particular different days. It's 2 sections from, like he might have started it on the Monday and then continued it on the Wednesday. But notice there's no customers. Notice the place is empty on both occasions. On both parts of this video, not one customer, yet he tells us how fantastically it's going. But ladies and gentlemen, let's just have a look at this, and I want to show you something. Now, he's put this, now what we're looking at now is off land that doesn't belong to him, that he's got no right to be on. But ladies and gentlemen, he tells us that every table in this joint has been fully occupied and flat out, and people are coming in left, right and centre. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to have a look at exactly what's in front of you. Now, this was supposedly 3 to 4 days after his miraculous opening, and everything was going great, and everything was, all the tables were full. He's got the best burgers on Behold. He stacks his burgers up against any burger joint in Behold and says that his are the tastiest and the best. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, seriously, we've all seen, I mean, seriously, I mean, I'm not even going to go further into it. This fat, filthy slob says that his establishment has the best food, the best takeaway food in all of Behold. Everybody who, I mean, there is no situation that anybody can actually sit back and listen to this. But look here. What does that show you, ladies and gentlemen? There you go. There's a better shot. What does that show you? They're all full. None of them have been touched. And if we go further, let me just have a look further. Let's have a look into this video where he tells us how successful this place is and how well established it is and how every table has been flat out with customers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in that case, is this the idiot that you're going to buy a food off? Is this the fool? Is this filthy slob the person that you're going to go to a restaurant and buy food off and eat the food that's coming out of that? But you see, the thing is, we don't see any customers. We hear his bullshit. And then, lady, I want you to have a look at this. I want you to have a look at this. This is his last idiot crap video. Now, let's have a look. Let's keep going. Let's skip that. And here we go here. Now, lady, I am actually going to crack up here.
In the Philippines.
Now, this guy states that, again, there's no customers, so I'm going to, inside the restaurant, open my ballot buying box and go through it. And again, for the, how long does this go for? 12 minutes 21 seconds. Not one customer, not another person, not nothing. This guy makes the excuse, and the comments. Let's go back to the comments on this idiot video. Startup costs for Carnos. Let's go back to the comments. Listen to this. Hard work paying off. On his story, Eunice Johnson, 286. Eunice Johnson, 286. Where is any proof other than this fat slob's word that anything is happening in his empty, non-existent, no customer restaurant? An American in the Philippines one day ago, we will be in Taliban in about 2 weeks and we'll stop by and try it out. Well, then come back to this channel, come back to this video, An American in the Philippines, and tell us how many people were in that place while you were there, what disgusting, filthy outfit that this fat slob was wearing, how many people were walking in and out, and what the business was like. So, An American in the Philippines, you'll be in Taliban in about 2 weeks. So that gives us, after this came out, which was 6 days ago, so that means you'll be in Taliban next week. I expect you to come back to this channel and tell us, oh yeah, come on, and send me some pics on my thing so we can put them up. But listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. This is what cracks me up. This is what cracks me up. And he's talking about how to stop all the noise in there, blah, 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 blah. But then he says that it's impossible for him to take a video of the premises because there's new laws in the Philippines, okay, that state you're not allowed to film anything. Well, ladies and gentlemen, did that stop him from taking videos of all the establishments he went to get paint and different appliances and all this? No, he went everywhere, left, right and centre, building up to this Carno's restaurant, showing everybody and everything. He didn't have a problem whatsoever putting videos up about showing everybody and everybody in the places he went. But now he's saying he can't do it in his restaurant. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. He's now saying that Carno's, I'm not even going to call it that the Slop House and his farm are two different internet sensations and that he can't and won't marry the two together. Well, he's already told us the tilapia's finished, the fields are finished, the farm's finished. And the only thing that we have to listen to is his utter crap that he has the best burgers in Taliban, but not a single person to say. Now, I can pick up this and I can walk around. I can walk around, and there's a chair. I don't have to film the person sitting on the chair, but I can walk around that restaurant with my camera around the floor like this and show every table with somebody sitting at it. There's nothing to stop him doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, the bullshit, con, lies, and absolute drama and crap of this guy telling us that he's got this fantastic success, that every table is full. But hang on, over 3 videos, one where he's got a ballot buying box. I mean, for God's sake, you're in this fantastically busy restaurant that's so full of customers it's not funny, that you can take 12 minutes and 21 seconds out and nobody comes in and lay contents of a box full of goodies all over the tables? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And there's nobody else there except himself. And a very sour-looking woman, second best. Ladies and gentlemen, this fool is treating you so ridiculously disrespectfully, it is not funny. Now, I'm very lucky to have some very interesting and smart subscribers. One of my subscribers, who's been a long time contributor to this channel, is going to Panglao next week. He told me that he is going to make it his business to go to that intersection on Behold. Now, whether he stands across the road in one of the other burger joints or just on the corner of the road and takes a video of his holiday snaps, I don't know. I suggested to him that that's what he does. Don't go in there and confront him. Just stand on the other side of the road and take a holiday video. And let's see this place full of customers. Let's see the lineup outside that he's telling us about and that he's wanting you and trying to convince you that he's got. Well, ladies and gentlemen, all I see is what I see here. Look at what we see here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, according to Hogg, his restaurant, every table has been flat out. And this was after 3 days. But hang on, nobody in the Philippines has bothered to use any of the condiments on any of the tables? Gee, that's funny. Now, I don't know about you people, but I know Filipinos, and if you go somewhere where there's something free on the table, they'll use it or have it or take it. It's a wonder any of the bottles are still there. Because Boss Hogg told you, they're all thieves. Does that look as though this table has been used flat out for 3 to 5 days? None of it's been used. And in the other videos, when you have a look at his, when he pans around, now here's the other thing about the inside of the restaurant, ladies and gentlemen. Where are the municipality required regulations of any of his permits on the wall? Where is any fire extinguisher? Nowhere. Nothing. Where is any evidence of any customer at any time ever over the last 3 videos? Now remember, his video that he described after there were 3, finally we were open, startup cost and update for Carnos, that was 2 separate videos over 3 to 5 days, and wonderful gifts from my daughter Sarah. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the fact of the matter is, we've seen nothing. All we've seen and heard is his utter, total crap. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you for a fact, and anybody in the Philippines can tell you for a fact, tacos are not anything in any way that anybody in Talabon, any Talabon Filipino is going to go out and buy from some slob yank. They wouldn't know what a taco was if you shoved it up their ass, smacked it in their head, or threw it at their kids. They wouldn't know what it was if you gave it to them for free. They wouldn't know what it was, and they certainly would not pay hard-earned money to buy it. They eat rice and fish. They don't eat tacos. And the way this guy carries on as though he has Americanized the whole island of Bohol into a whole new food culture is beyond a freaking joke. Ladies and gentlemen, his fantasies about this place are unbelievable. And, okay, I'll give the opposition a little bit of credit. Doc Doc Lowe at what do you call it, exposing expat scammers, saying, how the hell does he think that he can actually sit there and claim himself to be the number one burger bar in Bohol after 5 days? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, what hole in the ground, what lunatic asylum does this guy think you're all a member of? Please like, comment, share and subscribe. We'll catch you next time. Ah, shit.